was probably one of the lousiest years in the Douro for vintage port. It was a very difficult year, like 93, not as bad as 93. 93 was generally bad, but 1969, like 59, like 49, by some reason, most of the mines in the early 20th century were not very good years in port. But the region is, in the Douro, the region is so huge, with such diversity, that you can find and you can produce out of vineyards, even in not so good years, outstanding wines. That of this 1969 is a good example of it. So when we were able to reach and grab these little jewels, we got this opportunity and we started launching our collection of Colheita tawny ports with this 1969. The fun thing is that you might find 69s are properly registered at the Port Wine Institute. That's why it has a date. When you go to a farmer, and if the wine is registered as the harvest or the vintage in the Port Wine Institute, you can use it as on the label. That's the case of our wine. But we were able to find in two different places a couple of very good casks. And that's the fun thing, was what was the perfect blend of these two casks. Of course, not all the two casks were put into the final blend. We had to make some choices and to reach what I hope you consider as perfection. Tawny ports have a very different character from wines that are aged in bottle, from vintage port. You get honey, you get orange peel, you get the dry fruit, intense dry fruit flavors coming through. And as Ben has put it, these tawny pots, the older they get much more aromatic. They get much more intense, and they gain in color. They become more dense, up to wines of the, last year we had some wines of the 19th century. It was amazing to see the density and intensity of the color of those wines. In fact, it's quite fun. There is a photograph that is used by the Port Wine Institute, and we sometimes use it, where you have the evolution of wine from ruby and white at the two extremes, and they converge at the center as very old tawnies, both starting at white and starting as red, very easily to be confused when they're very old, or very difficult to distinguish what started as red or what started as white after a while. And after a while is well over 50 years.